Hey guys, Vic here. So I've asked people what they want to see, and for most of them I got online strategies. So here I am, giving you an online strategies video. So in every course there are obvious traps but there is no real way to make someone hit them. But with a partner, there is a way to make them hit the trap. So on RBC here, we've got Stormy in first and Ken following right after. Ken is dragging an item and Stormy is the trapper. So a racer would usually be cautious and not take tight lines right behind someone that's trailing an item. So they tend to go wide. But with this strategy, what you can do is you can predict that and place an item wide right after a blind turn so they are bound to hit it. Here is another example of the same strategy, except on the first turn of Delfino Square. To kick off the next set of online strategies, we've got the draft strats. So over here, I've got IS Aruba helping me out with some strategies, and we decided to go Coconut Mall as our first track. The very first shroom of the fastest lap strat is to use the mushroom on the banister and cut off part of the banister itself and just land on the top of the escalator. So as you can see here, I just get behind Aruba, get a draft, hop onto the banister, and just drive away. This next one here is basically the same thing as the last one, but this banister is just past the shroom spot. Same concept, same difficulty level, and same result. So for those racers that are less experienced with the Kupikate shroomless cut, there is an alternative, and it's using a draft. If you manage to get behind someone and pull a draft out, you can just hop to the left, bring up your really quick, and make the shroomless cut on Kupikate. This next one here is pretty simple, and I think you know what we're gonna do. I'm drafting Aruba right now, and right where the off-road meets the road itself, I perform a hop, and I manage to cut off that, and I go through the shortcut pretty smooth. This next strategy here is known and it has been done before. So I just substitute the shroom on Ghost Valley 2 with the draft and I'm able to make the shortcut. This next one here is on Rainbow Road. Instead of moon jumping with the shroom, you can simply moon jump with the draft. It's really easy setup, just a hop and you will be flying. So we've got Mushroom Gorge here, and again, it's the very first shroom of the F-flap strategy. You just get a draft, hop over the off-road, and you'll be able to access those two mushrooms to the left over there. So this strategy mainly goes to the more experienced glitchers out there. So as you may know, for Funky Kong and the Flame Runner, you generally need a mushroom to perform the shortcut. You have to keep in mind that you've gained speed, and your turning angle becomes wider. Right here on Delfino Square, Aruba sets up behind me as we both go to do the dock cut. However, he doesn't take the one I do. With a little draft boost, he manages to go all the way over to the next side. With this strategy, you can actually do the Delfino double cut with only one shroom and a draft. So this next segment is actually one of my favorites. Mainly because of this. Yep, that's right, 100cc. The reason why I like it so much is because if you do know these strategies, 100cc will actually be a breeze. So a little side note to 100cc here. Mini turbos and tricks are always faster than wheelie in every case when it comes to 100cc. So you have that blue ramp that you generally avoid on 150cc, but on 100 I pretty much take it all the time. For DK Summit here, not a lot of people know about this one. You have to go off the side of the first and third bump in the road, rather than just go off it and get these pretty high bounces. To begin, you always need to get tricks here, all the time. I usually go for banister tricks on every single banister that I see, and there's a little strategy change when it comes to the zipper here. You want to go off the zipper, and before the pole, you want to make a sharp left turn, getting a low jump on that next small ramp there. Preferably use the right trick in order to get less airtime. I failed there and did an up trick like a boss. So usually on Koopa Cape there's that one ramp that you always want to avoid tricking on. However, since it's 100cc, you need to get a trick. And for the final strat on Koopa Cape, usually where you're supposed to do 1 mini turbo in the end, you go for 2 mini turbos. Peach Beach here, you want to get your first mini turbo and get a slip drift going into the second mini turbo, preferably with a mini wheelie. The main one here on Warriors Gold Mine is when you're exiting the mine itself, just charge a mini turbo to the left, release it, and you're good to go. This last strategy over here involves using mushrooms actually. So on 150, you can easily go for the double cut on Delfino. However, people always play it safe and decide not to go for 100 thinking that you can't go for it on 100. Well, you actually can. If you would just go into the grass and wait there for a little bit, then use your mushroom, you'll make the cut perfectly fine. And all it takes is just 2 mushrooms, nothing more. So those are some of the more advanced online tactics that there are out there. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you saw something that you didn't think could actually be done before, and if you learned something new. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.